Sup, it's 3-2, and we are back here with Ace Attorney. Now we are going to jump back into the final day of the trial here. I definitely didn't leave my game on all night because I didn't record another episode last night. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Nice. Nice. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, the opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today we'll call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. I get it, because coffee. I need it. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Shouldn't the defense have their opening statements too? Prosecutor calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present on the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I'm the producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. She's guilty. I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Well, and literally, if you know what I mean. Enter the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4, except for it didn't begin at 12. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later, so we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You said you were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. Take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk. What with that monkey's head toppling over? Okay. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is it. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on. Let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same can be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Now please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. There's a rehearsal afterwards. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4, the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I think it was between those times. You would think. Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. So when I work on anything, I kind of wish you'd said a little more. Sorry, I think she's pretty used to being the boss. Or she can find some of the contrition. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. Hold on. You had Sal take you. So I just said Sal took me in the van. And what were you doing that time? Don't at your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Yes, and who can verify this? Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. She committed murder in that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence... What evidence do I have that she didn't eat the T-bone steak? I'll present this, why not? No. As I thought. You claimed you had a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. Well, what's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. The plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Ms. Vasquez and Mr. Manila ate at the table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Ms. Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? Think I know how. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere like that incinerator. I see. Now what was Ms. Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Are you saying, yes, Your Honor? As Ms. Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Ah, but Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim. You said I did it. Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today I would be as boring as all the rest. Very well, let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Well, she has clearly come unprepared. 'Cause I am Phoenix, right? Hello, Nick. See, what was the murder weapon in? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could you possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? I think you could. It's not impossible. Well, maybe it's not impossible, but... Silence, I'm speaking. The victim was stabbed through the chest from the front, yes. I believe this would indicate that the victim was aware of the killer's presence. Now, the Steel Samurai is quite light and mobile. Compared to the victim, I am weaker and slow. I can possibly win such a fight. Not to mention there is proof I did not have the spear. Photograph of the Steel Samurai shows that the victim himself is holding it. Or do you mean to suggest that I could have wrestled it away from him? Yeah, take that, right? You still think she didn't show us proof? Look at the data. And there's something that gets to you. Something odd about the samurai spear. Wait, something the matter? I'd like to back my previous claim. Very well, I won't hold you to your claim. But I'm afraid I'll have to penalize you. Backtrack from I want to consider, Samurai spear was not the murder weapon. It was the fence! It was the fence! What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found laying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. Can you prove that the samurai...
Take that!
Wrong, Mr. Wright, but I haven't said anything yet. I know you all know that you're not going to... Yeah, you're going to present... Sense it too with my flayed blood. Okay, I picked the wrong evidence. Sure. I present my proof. I hate how they just like wrong. Nope, wrong. I sense it too. Wrong. Because it's like, yeah, the fence is the murder weapon. Obviously, right? I mean, anyone with their salt could have figured that out. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Well, the spear broke during the morning exchange run through, but someone fixed the spear. It was a security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who's wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order, order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. She'd get kicked out of court so fast. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell, what was it? How was Hammer killed? Mr. Wright. I can. I would make a claim like that if I couldn't... Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can somewhat be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order, order. If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Now the word of this was leaked to the outside. It was close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. To the fallen man in this photo, see how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again! Damn straight! Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die? 5 years ago? Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. You use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting, okay. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death and carried to Studio 1? There wasn't enough time. Well... She had another way. What if she had another way to carry a body rather than with her own hands? For instance... Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Intriguing. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1 and used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then before everyone else got there, you put the body in the magistrate costume. Yes. Hold on, right? Don't forget it was Sal Manella who drove the van. Are you suggesting that Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was. The body had been placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. So don't forget that they had to dispose the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in a small incinerator. Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? So what happens next? Don't question mark me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? I lost, something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez, so it was you. You killed Jack Hammer. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did, Mr. Wright? We just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved that the possibility that I murdered Mr. Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. You did it. Miss Vasquez, you did it. That wasn't a question. Did you do it? Testify again. I'd like you to testify again. I know. Think about even if I. Okay, fine. Damn. Come so far only to fail. Seems there are no further questions. I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. See? You're I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony in. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't think that we have anything to gain. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly do you want her to testify about? Well, oh, Edgeworth, I love him. God, he's so good. He's so funny. I like Edgeworth. I like Edgeworth. I hated him at first, but this right here, gold. Indeed, fairly I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well, the witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth? Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But wasn't he the one who said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that, Edgeworth's coming around. He is coming around. I was with Sal and Old Bag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady Oldback was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to my trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issues raised by this testimony. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need to twist the truth out of her. Cat. My cat's outside the door and wants to be let in, but I can't while I'm recording. I was with Sal. And ask why. You asked to be left out? Yes, it seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting. There was no way we could have been involved, thus they covered for us. Covered for you, or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. There's your script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Press harder. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh, yeah. Your Honor, I have an objection with the witness's last statement. Huh? Thank goodness that's because she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Do you see what that means? She would have known about the murder before going to Studio 1. Way to go, Edgeworth! Mr. Edgy Poo! Oh my god! Mr. Edgeworth, what you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my roles here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? Can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. The prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe that there would be no rehearsal. Very well. The hammer was injured and couldn't do. But she didn't. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal, he told me. Sal, the director. You have found something to peg this on her, or everything. What time was that? We were in the meeting. We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manila arrive at the studio? 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies in the costumes, mind you. Harder. They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonell's help. Oh, what did I say? I say I wasn't stuffing bodies in any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy, the witness will continue her testimony. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember? Remember what? There was a dead body laying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? Certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Wait a second. The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Will you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his Steel Samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at locations. No one noticed he was missing. Poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Mrs. Skez. Immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was completely silent. So he stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then silence. Dead silence. Silence. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Old bag, why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seemed to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. Photograph, okay. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything I can use. Your Honor, what do you think about the witness statement? I'm not sure I followed. Ah, come on, what am I missing? It's rock tight. I don't know what I'm missing. Okay, you know what? With that, we're gonna end off this episode here on a bit of a cliffhanger because I am stuck. And we're at the end of an episode. So I'm just gonna continue off the next one, figuring this out. So thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.